If you find yourself overreacting with anger to something that your teenager is doing or is saying or is being, to a stage of anger, an amount of anger that is really disproportionate to what is going on, this tapping session today is for you. Hi, my name is Muriel Felous. If this is the first time that we meet, welcome. And today we are doing an emotional freedom session, a short emotional freedom session, as a follow up to the podcast episode that I recorded regarding overreacting to your teenager. In this episode, I gave you 4 case scenarios of why it may be for you. And I, of course, recommended tapping because that's always my go to tool or technique. And I asked you, what is your overreacting emotion of choice? Is it anger? Is it guilt? Is it sadness? And a lot of you answered anger. So today we are focusing on anger. What I'm going to ask you, if you're new to tapping, it doesn't matter. You just have to repeat what I say and change a word if it really doesn't resonate with you with your own word. But what I'm going to ask from you is that the emotion will be really alive in you. That means you need to feel that anger. I know no one likes to feel that, but if you can feel, you can heal. So either when you think about something that is going on with your teen, you're able to summon or recall that anger. Or let's say you had a discussion with them and you're really triggered and the anger is really alive in you. And like I said, an amount of anger that big compared to what they just did or said or were, that is that small. So I'm going to ask you to go into your body and feel that anger. Where does it fall in your body? I will say in my stomach, but you will substitute with where it falls for you in your body, and we'll go with that. You just have to follow, as I said. If you want to understand more about EFT and tapping, there is a video in my EFT tapping playlist that is introducing it to you. So connect to that anger, give it a rating. From 0 is I don't feel the anger, and if that's the case, don't do this tapping session now. To 10, like it's overwhelming. The ideal is to be at least at 5. And we're gonna start. Even though I'm so angry right now about that thing, and think about that thing that they did or said, about that thing that my teenager did. When I think about it, it's really overwhelming. I'm so angry. And I feel all that anger in my stomach, like a red ball of fire. So give it an image if that's something else for you. I choose to accept how I feel and accept myself completely right now. We're going to do that 2 more times. Even though I'm so angry, I have a ball of fire in my stomach right now about what my teenager said or did. And really remember that sentence, that behavior. I choose to accept what I feel and accept myself completely right now. Even though I'm so angry at what my teenager did, I have this ball of anger in my stomach, this overwhelming anger in my body. I choose to love and accept myself completely right now. what my teenager did and really go with the sentence. See them rolling their eyes or whatever happened. This overwhelming anger in my body right now. You can tap with two fingers, one side. This ball of fire in my stomach. I can't believe how much I'm angry. All this anger in my body right now about what my teenager did. All, so under the collarbone here, all that anger in my body. I didn't really wear the right necklace today. All that anger in my body. What my teenager did. All that anger that is way more than should be. All that anger that I'm experiencing right now. That ball of fire in my stomach. Somehow I know it has to do about something more than what's happening. All that anger that I carry all the time within me. All that volcano of anger. I know it has to do with something more than my teenager. I know it's about something else. And I'm willing to let it move to a container right now. A box somewhere. I'm putting that anger that I'm going to deal with later in a box somewhere below the ocean, because it's really not connected with what's going on right now. It's really connected to something more than what is going on right now. I can right now free myself from this anger, which I put in a box under the ocean. I can right now address what's going on with more fairness. I think about what my teenager did that is not so big. I choose to react with more balance. I have put this anger somewhere far away under the ocean. And whether I know what it is about or not yet, I will deal with it later. I promise to myself that I will deal with it later to free myself completely in all directions of time and space. But right here, right now, I choose to react with more balance to what my teenager did or said. I want to be more fair. I choose to react with balance. I choose to react with the appropriate amount of anger if need be. The truth is, I can also let go of that anger and see what is under. I choose to see what's under my anger right now about my teenager. There is something else below my anger. If I'm not sure what it is, that's okay. I'm just releasing the anger to get to a more resourceful state. I now finding myself calmer and calmer. Take a deep breath. Just stop with taking deep breath and letting go of that anger. To go below it and find the source. It's usually hurt or fear. I free myself from this anger right now. And take one last deep breath, putting your hand on your heart center. And now, go back to this anger in your body. What level is it at? Is it a 1 or a 2 or even a 0? If you found that it went up, redo this tapping all together and make sure that you're putting the amount of anger that has nothing to do with what's happening today in a box. If it's not under the ocean for you, maybe it's on another planet. Very often, when I have clients who find themselves so triggered, they need to literally put it on another planet, in another dimension. Whatever image is coming to you is the right image for you. I just gave one that is kind of going is received by many people, but you may have another image. So I hope it helps. Go listen to the episode. The link is below. And if you need, if you have something that you would like me to create an episode around or a tapping session around, please don't hesitate to put it below. Let me know what your experience was. I'm always here to help.